yo, Big Kish back up in here, man. Shout out to Fantastic Hip Hop. We about to be reacting to how Drake got beef with Canada. Like I said before, ninjas ain't rocking with Drake out there, man. He ain't like them neither. Before we get into that, y'all make sure y'all please go pick up a copy of Street Dad, Geek Dad, Avoiding the Manufactured Mindset, written by me, Big Kish, because we need guidance. Fathers out here, especially young dads, man, don't have no guidance. They need some guidance, man. Go pick that book up for them, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, Drake been crashing out lately. He been lying left and right like usual. Typical Drake. But we about to get into this video. Y'all know I'm like holding y'all. Without further ado, let's get it.
Now, when it comes to Drake, well, if you were...
I know that was corny. Okay, so?
We're ready to see how after two of the worst days of his entire career, Drake has absolutely lost his mind after Kendrick Lamar took over Toronto. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and now really, as the crash out and spiral we are seeing from Drake right now is showing how messed up these Rogers Center shows really left him. Make sure to leave that like so all of hip-hop can see what back-to-back encores for Not Like Us in Toronto has done.
Hey, yo. People so much of a glazer of Drake, they glaze him so much, you know what they do? Look, and they fans of Kendrick music. They want to come out. People be dressing in disguise just to come to the show. They have a hoodie over their head. They have a little, you know what I'm saying, little fake beards and stuff on. They do that. I'm surprised Hennessy, man, they put on no fake stuff. Put on no camouflage and that, you know what I'm saying? I'm surprised but yeah, they mad at him too.
Done to Drake. And now with that said, well, right now with the biggest loser in hip-hop, he has been left in a place where there is no other way to put it. Drake has never been lower, because truly, well, right now in this moment, we are in a new era for Drake, and at that one where this loser has lost so bad that his literal city has been given up to his rival. And with this, Drake is now moving on a level that I have to say is scary in terms of just how pathetic it is even for his own standards, because truly now for Drake, well, after taking the loss that he has and being put in a place where he has lost his own city, you could say now that with all of the L's that he has collected, Drake really has nothing else to lose anymore, because every type...
Make some noise for the new sixth guy. Make some noise for the new sixth guy, which is Kendrick Lamar. He's Toronto's own, man. Drake ain't he's not the sixth guy no more. Dang, he came to your city and took over your hometown. Bro, that's embarrassment on top of embarrassment. After getting your ass whooped. After getting your ass whooped. You know what I'm saying?
Type of form of defeat that you possibly can get has been handed to him. And with this, well, in a way now, we are seeing the worst version of Drake. And at that, the start of what is going to be one of the most chaotic meltdowns he has ever had, because right now, Drake is just embarrassing himself to all-time levels, as of course in this era where his new little Smiley collab flopped terribly and even Nokia has fallen out of the top of the charts while Kendrick's tracks stay put and his run only gets more dominant, both in terms of the numbers and the chart positioning and just the influence that you can see throughout.
About that Smiley collab, why he rapping like Smiley? Why everybody he collab with, he rap like that person? It's like what's the guy on Mortal Kombat? I'm gonna take your soul. That's what Drake do. That's why they call him Dracula. He's a real vampire. He's gonna snatch your soul. He rapping just like Smiley, bro. When you on 21 Savage, when you with 21 Savage, you rapping like 21 Savage. When you with Future, you rapping like Future. Bro, rap like yourself, boy. Word, he's bond.
Throughout the entire culture. Well, as Drake is lost and is left in a place where not just does anybody want to hear his music, but ultimately his own city is picking Kendrick Lamar over him, well, now with Drake being in the worst position you possibly could be, he has turned to the one and one thing only that he has left, and that still gives this delusional crash out any sort of validation, and that is, of course, no other thing than social media. And now with what Drake is doing there, it's truly one of the most baffling and telling signs of defeat that you could ever really have, because really when we see how the guy responded to his rival just getting one of the biggest wins that you possibly can, well, Drake's rebuttal here was truly weird, embarrassing, and off-putting, and overall, is showing how he is trying to stall in this moment where after losing his own city, he does not have an identity, because with how Drake just reacted to Kendrick Lamar's back-to-back nights in the Rogers Center, and specifically Not Like Us playing and resonating with the people on the level it did, which of course ultimately resulted in back-to-back encores and multi-minute ovations, well, Drake did one of the worst things you could possibly do and one of the most selfish and delusional.
Bro, you ain't got no choice but to respect how he just sat there in the middle of the crowd, just like, what they call it, oral farming, or oral farm. Bro, he just let it soak all in. He was just like, dang. Can I get an encore? Do you want more?
Delusional ways you could ever respond to something that really did reveal a massive issue in terms of how the people of Toronto really feel about Drake's character. And what I mean by this is that with Drake's response, he put up a bunch of random pictures to try and act cool and like his career was in control. But again, as Kendrick Lamar is dominating and filling up stadiums, and Drake is contrasting this with putting up a photo collage where within this he is messaging a politician from Toronto and calling him a goof for being at this show. And with what Drake just did, we are seeing peak embarrassment to new levels, and genuinely with this. While starting beef with someone by posting your message just to be weird and petty is a strange choice already that showed how bad Drake was doing,
he trying to make it look like he G-checking him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's see what the message said, man. Because I ain't even go over the joint. The message said, man. What he did. Let me spark this up a little bit, done. Let me spark the Philly, done. Spark the Philly, done. Mention in their story, honored. Thanks for the follow, brother. Mention. So, I mean, did Drake call him out? Because I don't know too much about the story. I just heard that a politician was at the concert, and I don't know if Drake called him out or what. Mention in your story. But, yeah, I got to get some more info on what happened. I got to get some more info. I just know that the politician was there. He got spotted. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if Drake checked him or what. Or he act like he... Hey, Champagne Pissy, man. You're not like that, B. You ain't like that, B. Stop acting like you a G, bro. Go sit down, man.
A politician from Toronto and calling him a goof for being at this show. And with what Drake just did, we are seeing peak embarrassment to new levels, and genuinely with this. While starting beef with someone by posting your message just to be weird and petty is a strange choice already that showed how bad Drake was doing, Drake did not stop here, and the meltdown only continued because Drake also went and then liked a post that was made by none other than DJ Academics that showed off fans in Toronto running around and listening to Not Like Us in the stadium, and now seemingly what Ack and Drake were trying to do and frame here. The narrative they were trying to push was clear, which was that they were trying to make fun of the people here, and according to the same sentiments from the Pizza Party people, they are not real Sixers and they don't represent how the majority of people actually feel here. And now with this, by putting that cringe profile picture next to something that is dissing people from his own city. And Drake doubled down on this and crashed out even further when he messaged a Canadian politician.
Okay, so it say you're a goof down here. So he put you're a goof. Bruh, you corny, bro. You are corny. And this is why Drake always beefing with people. And this is why he beefing with the people who at the Rogers Stadium. I heard he was beefing with them. Because he's sassy. He's very sad. He's a Cameron. And we about to go over something. I want y'all to stay tuned after this video. We gonna go over something ain't nobody talking about. Watch. He's gonna pull out a lot of sassiness out of Drake. Watch this.
And called him a goof. What Drake is of course trying to do here is something that is passive enough to not get Kendrick Lamar's attention, but is still trying to make some sort of a response to take this moment away, at least on some level in his own eyes. And truly what we are seeing here now is that he is looking at the people of Toronto and where he is from as a whole, and is just trying to make fun of the people who went to these shows and have this sort of gotcha moment where he is saying that they are not like him and they don't represent what everyone is actually thinking and who they want to listen to. And with this, well, shocker for Drake here, he is just failing to learn once again, because no matter what Drake tries to do here, which again is trying to support a narrative that is trying to make fun and discredit the people of his own city, again, this is just pathetic, and it's truly shameful in a way, because now not to just try and address this issue head on and see maybe where you messed up to get your city to turn on you, or just end up handling things with your rival in Kendrick Lamar, although of course we know that would end terribly. Now what Drake is saying is that he is not the one who is in the wrong, and he is pointing the finger back at the people of the 6 and now just trying to discredit them and make it
Bro, he has no business pointing no finger at nobody. None of them are little fingernail polished fingers. You can't afford none of that. Why? Because you're in court suing somebody. You're the goof. You have no business blaming somebody or faulting somebody. Oh, you ain't got no business at his concert. Oh, you changing on the 6 guy. No, you changed on yourself, boy. You're in court suing. You got to say it clear for these niggas, because y'all must have forgot what DMX said. Y'all must have forgot. For real, bro. You're suing. That's the ultimate no-no. You're a tattleteller. You're one of the, you that kid, you want to pick on everybody. Yeah, you want to pick on everybody. Soon somebody pluck you upside your head. He did it. That's Drake. That's him. Now don't nobody want to mess with him no more. That's what he going through now. Childish ways, childish behavior.
Look like they are not even in a place where they can have an opinion on all this stuff in the first place. And now truly, with Drake doing this and now just dissing the people of the 6 in any way he can, well, on one hand it's funny because it's showing that, as we were all joking, that if it were up to Drake, at the end of the day he would be handing out paperwork to every single person that went to this show just to continue the petty meltdown and humiliating crash out that we have all been witnessing for over a year. In actuality now, with what we are seeing from Drake, he is so immature and pathetic that he is really at the point where if the 6, which he has derived so much of his identity from, is not standing with him now, instead of thinking about where he went wrong with these people that he has said are so important to him, and again trying to uncover how he messed up so bad that Kendrick Lamar got a 6-minute standing ovation, Drake would rather just isolate himself further from hip-hop listeners and any remaining fans that he has left, and just further wallow within this bubble of delusion that has been filtering everything to just be more terrible and terrible than the last thing. And so seriously now, with Drake just dissing the people of the 6 that went to this show and showing that no matter who you are and where you are from, if you go against him in any way, you are immediately on the list of people that he will have beef with and the list of fans that will have pizza parties to stand against what you are doing. Well, now truly with this, everyone in hip-hop and the people of the 6 especially are understanding that his crash out and spiral will only ever end when Drake has literally no momentum left. And just like some other rappers,
hey, y'all do y'all research of what pizza and hot dogs is a code word for in the Hollywood elites, what they use pizza and hot dogs for. Y'all do y'all research. Pizza and hot dogs. Do your research. What they use that for. This goes to show you that they weird. These people is crazy.
Who have recently, with their repeatedly ridiculous moves, scared away all their collaborators and any remaining fans that will make you a significant name as a whole. That's really the only way this is all going to end, because Drake is so clearly never going to move on and reflect and just try to show any sort of growth in any possible way. And truly now, with what we are seeing, with Drake now showing that it's up for the people of where he is from for just going to this show, is that forever and always Drake is going to continue to spiral out while phasing out anybody who disagrees with him in the process even slightly. And for an artist or a person of any level to be this stubborn, well, if you can't change or just grasp reality to try and make things better in any way, this is how the worst downfalls happen and what these unfathomable fall-offs are made of, because truly for the guy,
like I said before, his downfall gonna take a little minute. Drake ain't somebody he could just like fall like a couple months or something. He had a 15-year run. You know what I'm saying? He been dropping 15 years straight, so it's going to take a little while for him to fall, but throughout his falling off, we're going to be here to witness all of it. That's why I said 2025, 2026 might go on to 2027. I'm telling you, this going to be a whole genre within itself. You know how you got the blues, you got hip-hop, you got jazz. Those are genres, right? You got rock and roll, you're going to have Drake fall off. That's going to be another whole genre. Mark my words, watch.
As Drake has tried to convince everybody for years that he loves this place, it has the best people, and that it's made him the person who he is, and he always thanks the fans more than anybody else. Well, while I think we all knew that was a grift, what we can see with this is that Drake has really been so offended and in his own delusional mind betrayed by Toronto that going forward, after seeing how strong the responses were to Kendrick Lamar and Not Like Us here, the OVO Fest that was supposed to go down may not even happen at all at this point, and really now for even longer than we could have ever expected originally when this all happened, as Canada has shown that when it comes to how they feel about hip-hop, they are literally like the rest of us in the States and who represent Kendrick Lamar and his ideals for the genre. Well, now due to this, Drake is taking this as another signal to run as far as he possibly can from all these places. And we are already seeing this get put into practice, as now with his some special shows for You tour, which he is going back to Europe for with Party Next Door this time, Drake is now building his entire schedule to pretty much just dodge all of the places that he once tried to call home and that have now sided with Kendrick Lamar. And now even with the Wireless Fest in London, which Drake is doing in July, and it's starting to seem like a mini OVO Fest. Well, really now, with each moment that passes and the more and more plans that Drake is making around the future.
See, he probably partnering up with somebody. They probably putting a little bag in his, you know what I'm saying, giving them a little bag. Partner up, Drake. You know what I'm saying? See, hey, look, you're starting to spiral out. You're declining. You might as well partner up with us. We give you a little mini bag. You know what I'm saying? You get out there, do a little whatever. But then he got this Iceman. What is it called? His new album called The Iceman or something like that. I'm hearing everybody say that's going to be his comeback. We shall see. We shall see. Because if it get any momentum, we know Dot gonna come out with that other 5. Them other 5 disses. Dot said he finished, but when you listening to Dot OGs and the people that's been around him since day one, they like, nah, he petty. He petty. He telling everybody, yeah, I'm done with the beef, man. I'm done with the battle, man. I'm done. Dot ain't done. He not done. He not done. He telling everybody so everybody can just be calm and chill. I'm telling you, he go pop. Yo, he tricking everybody. He gonna come back up. Let that Iceman album get a little momentum. Gonna step on it. Why?
Of where he is gonna go from here. Everything is leaning towards the fact that he is going to now go on a run away from the States and 6 for as long as he possibly can. Because now from dissing the people that you used to say you were the mayor of, and now looking at his plans in general, well, now what we're seeing is that really Kendrick Lamar has made Drake run away and flee the loss of a competition in a way like we have never seen in pretty much anything. And so overall, what I got to say is good job to Kendrick Lamar for making sure that these Toronto shows went down, because besides all of the lame things that people near Drake and OVO to try and make these shows not happen and get avoided entirely, well, it's very significant that these shows happened and they went as well as they did, because now they are sending one of the worst messages that Drake has possibly received in his entire career, and really for any rapper ever. And now just beyond Kendrick Lamar and the show itself, good job to everybody who came out to these shows and had a good time and sent the message so loud and clear about how they feel about Drake in the first place. Because really, with Drake literally running away and starting to diss the people from his own city because of this. Well, now aside from how surreal the idea of this is, when it comes to how Kendrick Lamar has just won like nobody else ever has, and why he has been on one of the most dominant runs in victory laps of any rapper and really artist at this point ever. Well, now in this long list of genre-shifting accomplishments and competitive breakthroughs that we have seen, we can now add that Kendrick Lamar has made Drake flee every place even close to the ground that hip-hop was founded on possible, and now as this is the reality of where we are at, and as a result,
I gotta do some more research too. Somebody told me that he's extending the GNX tour. It's gonna go out through December. I think he's going to Australia and some more stuff. I gotta do some research to confirm it if it's true. But yeah, that'd be something right there. That means it's gonna go throughout 2025, 2026 a little bit.
Kendrick has turned hip-hop back into a place where it's more in tune with its roots, and now Drake has to try and rebuild his career in places that he has not wanted to be in so long, because you don't avoid places for almost a decade and then come back to them in this moment unless you never wanted to be there in the first place. Well, truly, you just can't thank Kendrick Lamar enough, because now with this win getting so big that Drake literally has beef with the 6, there has just never been a clearer sign of victory as a whole. And so now with all this said, let me know, what do you think about what has went down now with Drake's little cringe reaction to Kendrick Lamar's shows here and how he has dissed the people? And now doing all of this, what do you think the ultimate impact of this is going to be? And do you think that Drake's relationship with his home city is really over? And do you think it'll ever get better? And what do you think he is?
He jealous. And you can't even sit up. This lets you know how immature he is, because you can't even sit up there and blame those people because they been fans of Kendrick. Look at the Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers joint. They had LeBron was there. People been like, yo, you acting like this is something new, bro. This ain't nothing new. Yeah, Kendrick be taking his breaks and all of that stuff. So you like, yeah, Well, I've been coming out with songs and I ain't never take a break. Good for you. Ain't nobody tell you to do that. Ain't nobody tell you to do that, bro. So being though that he take breaks, you want to put it out there that, oh, Kendrick is no longer. He's no longer a rapper. He's just, nah, bro. He's just taking a little break. He taking a break. And he's writing. He's writing. You're not writing. You're paying these ghostwriters. This is why you're always out. You always out. You always here. You just listen to what the ghostwriters wrote for you on the beat, and then you go in the booth and regurgitate it. That's why you've been out here 15 years. You put a little budget to the side for your ghostwriters. And you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, come on, man. You can't even sit up here and just be blaming those people, them innocent fans out there, man. And y'all be seeing some of these interviews. Oh, I'm a Drake fan too, but I'm mature enough to come party. I want to go outside too. Ninjas ain't about to be sitting in the house cause of your feelings, man. Who you think you is, bro? These people don't even know you. They don't know you personally. Who you think you is, bro? Oh yeah. When Kendrick Lamar come to Toronto, everybody need to sit in the house. What? Man, you better go, boy. You better go sit down. I think that man, you only getting a little too tight, boy. A little man, you want to go get a little too. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. This dude is wild. Big Cash signing out. I'm going, y'all.